playing against good teams.
Yeah.
How many times are they going to be able to keep that up? Because we noted their drop-off yesterday, even after their initial win.
There's two things I want to take from what you just said there. One of which is, yeah, their results online before this. The team that they had lost to before coming into this event was 0-0 Prospects, which sounds like a meme on the 0-0 Nation team, but it's actually the academy team for the 0-0 organization, right? So that's quite the loss to stomach there. And then the next point is Innocent did an interview with HLTV saying that win against G2, now I'm paraphrasing a little bit here, will be all for naught if they don't qualify. And he's right. So they need to back that up here. They don't have the easiest of opponents to do so, but this is to avoid being down into that 1-2 bucket where you're going to need to win consecutive best of threes to try and grab yourself a spot within the major. But here we go, into the play, over towards B, and well, oskarish to deliver with Veggie.
Initial attention drawn away. It sets up Veggie for an opening to the headshot. Nickelback out first in the pistol, and Elian in the meantime has moved forward in towards A with the bomb. It's a little ruse here on the B site. They're actually trying to push forward towards CT, and tudsoN will actually get that pick. So this is quite quick back here for Anonymo. Forrester's behind to try and cut rotation and try and catch them from behind. Yeah, and Lackey needs to survive to make this doable. And he's done very well here. Lackey's taking everybody down, and 3 kills for Lackey in the pistol gives Entropiq their first round.
Great way to kick things off for Lackey here. Beautiful stuff. And this is one of the maps that I watch where he tends to have a little bit more impact. Now that's the eye test. Obviously I don't have the stats right now to back that up. I could easily go and find them. But when I do watch and commentate some of these Entropiq matches, this is a map where he seems to be a little bit more impactful for the team. I think he tends to be a bit more of a supportive element of this squad. But great stuff here. And yeah, you're right. It is just a ruse, a bit of a fake. It doesn't even draw the rotation as they would have hoped on out here. So did have to battle for that one in Entropiq. Back underway, we get into round number 2, and it's going to be the economical. Now, we were just talking about the pistols and the upgrades. That's important for Entropiq, and they're not going up against a force buy. So this is almost guaranteed second right now. You can see them all lined up towards Donut, ready to team on out. Nickelback with the Mag 10 is only going to get one. Veggie will drop him. Demo runs on out, and I think they're going to handle this, right? They've seen plenty of bodies there. Space has been taken elsewhere. The bomb should get scooped on up and brought on over. And that's if Forrester doesn't execute them all first. Veggie's in the grave, and just 2 more to find. I think Forrester's hungry for a bit of stat padding right here early on.
You mentioned Forrester's ability and a player to look out for. Definitely so. He's going to get caught here, and that's going to give oskarish a rifle. Not too bad here for oskarish. Getting across CT spawn is going to be the difficult part. He's going to use a flash to try and transition over, but realizes he's just trying to draw them into the fight now because he can't get across. They're holding for him, and the fight will come to him. Krad takes him out with the headshot. So 2 in a row now for Entropiq. I think Krad can also be a pretty influential player at times. Maybe his playstyle doesn't look like the most cerebral, but he is just mechanically
so he's a bit of a blunt object, are you?
Yeah, I think so. But I don't think you'll mind me saying that because he's absolutely incredible. He is a very sharp tool when he takes the headshots, though. And when he has a good game, he can just be a brutal force to deal with. And Anonymo have a buy here, Chad. 3rd round of play, immediately bringing out the rifles. And Innocent holding his HE towards elbow. He's trying to wait for this info to be picked up and then toss it in a little bit later into the round. It's going to be ineffective.
It's a missed window smoke there as well. You can see that in the middle of the map. It's just, wow, colored a little bit orange. And that's why you know that it was thrown on out by the T's there. So not hitting the mark and still allowing a lot of information to be retained here for Innocent. But they do have a little bit of a lurk over towards the B doors, which is relinquishing position right now. You can see Krad, he is passive. He's using this bush, the shrubbery. Call this a bit of the Predator area right around here, if you've all seen the classic movie. Playing in and around the thick of the forest. It's a good one. Most of our viewers probably not too familiar with getting to the chopper.
Yeah, I seen Blood was making some memes about that the other day, so...
Yeah, it's for us boomers only at this point.
Minute on the clock, and the congregation of Entropiq is towards B. There's quite a few players over here for the CT side. They're about to push through a cave into Krad. It's Veggie. Oh, actually gets away with a double.
How does he get 2 in that situation right there? Lucky must have got caught off guard by that. The trade for almost essential there and going to be smoked off. Good utility usage right here, using their bodies wisely, and now they get to limp out those nades. Anonymo with 40 seconds left on the clock are being bombarded over towards B by bullets through the boards. 3-on-4 situation with time dwindling ever so. They need to make a choice. It appears they want to keep their affections and attentions towards B. Tongue twister.
They're good though. You should try those in the morning. Get you fired up.
Get a fun to pick the pepper.
Peter Piper picked. Nickelback will pick oskarish. Kills forward, Molly thrown onto the ball, burns away Nickelback, but I love the commitment to the plant. He realized he had to, and so burns him away. The boost is coming up over the top. Demo taking out Forrester and putting it all down to Elian, who gets caught in the swing out. Anonymo will take their first round. I think it starts off the back of Veggie getting away with a little cheeky double as this cave push worked out.
Yeah, and this is one of the things, right? If you go into that first gun round as a CT side, you know that you're going to be lacking a little bit more utility, so you have to have those wombo combo team-based plays there to find your way into the round. And, well, more than that from Veggie here. Beautiful stuff. You can see him there on the slide on out with the crouch key down. They do their best to get the bomb in, and look, just as the flames tick over, it gets planted. So that's great in terms of the cash department. Looking good for the buys here. Krad's going to pick a Khalil up. It's just Elian who is lacking, and he'll be into a Deagle, so no dramas for him. You wait till he gets out the AWP. That's where you start to see the best work from Elian. U2 deployed towards mid, and we saw a little bit of this yesterday as well from Sprout. They were rocking a default with just one player towards B lane, and the rest quite heavy towards mid and A main. And there's the push on through. The flash is no good. The timing on that was off. oskarish went too early, or tudsoN went too late, but either way, now it's a 4-on-5 in towards A.
Yeah, they're swinging out into Demho. Demho tasked at the anchor positions office on the CT side. We got to see his performance yesterday on Mirage versus G2, and some big rounds from him. Innocent charging through the fire through the temple. Lackey was ready for that, and Krad just swings on through the donut. Demho out as well. And a couple of players now left for Anonymo versus the 4 of Entropiq. tudsoN swings out from the temple. Good pick here onto Lackey, and Elian's going to find it in reply. So just Veggie had a good start to the round the previous this time, unable to do so.
Just going to go for the save here. So tucking away, looking to pick up any goodies he can. Maybe any drop smokes, flashes, and the likes. And oh, he's going to be backing off towards T-spawn here. So this is a very good start from Entropiq. They're keeping Anonymo exactly where they want it in terms of this flux of the economy. What a beautiful map we have here. Look at this. It's lush, it's green. There's some water. I'm sure there's a mosquito or two.
I went to a water park, Chad. And
You're
it was
comparing ancient to a water park.
Literally, it looks
okay.
The water park was ancient.
Where was this water park?
Budapest.
Oh, okay. So that was not too long ago.
No, just before I came here. It was crazy. It was just like ancient. I was walking through the temple. It's all green. You know, not the color you want a water park to be, but it was painted, so it's all good.
Yeah, it might need a bit more chlorine in the water,
it also reminds me of a Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah. I can see him running across that bridge
with a big giant stone ball chasing him. That should be a feature, I think. You know, if Virtus Pro take too long, or rather, sorry, outsiders take too long in a round, a giant ball comes and chases them and forces them to a site.
I went on that ride when I was a young lad in Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
And I was scared absolute. I can't use the profanity. I wish I could. I was like 10 years of age. I've never been more freaked out. But after that, I think I got my hunger for rides. And ever since, I've been a bit of an adrenaline junkie, jumping out of planes, bungee jumping. I'll take all the roller coasters in the world. But a bit of adrenaline pumping through the veins of Anonymo right now. They have to sit here and fight for round number 5 with just a couple of pistolas and one saved M4. So Veggie, name of the game will be Impact. This is a nice little boost they've set up to deal with the smoke, but silently want to get the dismount here. The top mid crossfire is also quite scary, but as they seek for information, this becomes less of a problem. Elian creeping forward, should have 1 or 2 here on the plate. Barrel spotted, shot taken. And they're just going to throw themselves into this. Elian could have mopped up a couple more there, but tudsoN will deny. And now it's Lackey's turn to get a couple of freaky kills.
Lackey steps back to elbow and takes out Innocent. You know, I realize now why there's a height restriction on roller coasters, Chad. Because when I was younger, I got on one, I snuck on one and nearly broke my ribs because I kind of slipped down through the safety bar.
Yeah, it's not a great idea to...
Rules and restrictions should be a thing.
Especially in things that are making you go upside down.
Yeah, no, it was not fun.
So, yeah, a little bit risque. Be sure to just want higher shoes.
Yeah, I should have done that. But the problem was I was just too skinny, you know, so I fell in between this machine and it nearly broke me. But Entropiq looking to break down Anonymo.
In a similar fashion. Their ribs first.
Yeah, ribs first, smash them.
It's harder to breathe.
Puncture their lungs and be done with it.
We're getting very graphic here today, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, let's see how ruthless Entropiq want to be. I love this little smoke here. Quick one from Nickelback over towards Cave, and he grabs a second. This will be towards the top red house. The window to be denied as far as the vision is concerned. Well, deep mid-smoke in exchange of this. Demho is going to linger around here, going to continue to fight for this space, and as we can see, nothing on the other side, so it will be given, it will be granted. tudsoN's found one, and that is onto Elian as they tried a bit of a lurky play out towards A, so a good opening there from tudsoN. You can see he was flashed on up in the kill feed.
Let's give it an Anonymo. Good advantage to play with here, but we talk about 5 rounds on the T side of Entropiq have already found 4.
Oh, it's beautiful so
it's
far,
a great
right?
start. And it feels like they have a lot in them to squeeze out a few more at this point of the game. So it is looking ideal for Entropiq at the moment. And yes, down a player here, but they're grouping up towards B ramp.
Yeah, if they can execute in towards the sites, how they set up this post plan or how much damage Veggie can do, the Flash is not going to push him off the line here. Should be able to stand and deliver. oskarish is standing by 2.
No, good swing out there for the second pyramid. It's going to be 1 for Veggie somehow, though. oskarish didn't get anything from his advanced position. And a couple of kills now for Entropiq puts the bomb down. The flank is quick towards cave. And Entropiq have to consider, they have no cave control, so it has to be an area they look towards. And now confirm the position of Demo. This now looks very difficult for Anonymo to win this. And you start considering, oh, if you don't get a kill soon, your economy's not in a great spot, but that is a kill, and it's pretty soon as Innocent doubles them up. He realizes they're boosting, so the tower of players will topple, and Forrester back in the ramp trying to play the post. Oh, Forrester gets the double, and now goes into the fire with his knife out. The time is ticking. AWP picked up. Not enough time for tudsoN to win the round, and Forrester holds on with a double on the way out.
A bit frustrating there for tudsoN, right? He gets that trade, but just not enough time, and that is going to be a frustrating one because the fact that Innocent gets the double kill there, Forrester, I spoke about him before we kicked this one off. He's the player to watch for me on Entropiq. I think Alien's Flash and I think Orphers get a lot of praise, but Forrester is the individual for me who just seems to find impact. He's a great rifler, always seeming to get a couple of kills when he needs to, and wow, there's 2 that he definitely needs. tudson's Flash as well there in the kill feed. Don't know how blind his teammates were, but it didn't look good as far as the report card coming back on in and down towards the pistols again. Just this saved AWP. We'll need to find some traction and some impact. A missed top mid smoke again. So this is something that Entropiq are going to have to identify here. They're trying their luck over towards A, and it's just Demo, the one man standing up close, using this smoke to block this one out. Krad's taken down tudsoN during all of this, and that was the AWP, which is now being picked up by Veggie. So nothing lost here, but still a number down.
Oh, Demo behind the tall box. He's going to boost up, and his head will get ripped off. Great start here for Entropiq.
This is a conversation that was being had yesterday. I can't believe they're actually going to go have a look here. Yeah, get out of here. Save the orb. What are you
Veggie.
Here, mate?
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
This was a conversation that was being had yesterday because the underdogs kept allowing it to go towards Ancient, right? And they were the ones who were choosing to take it to Ancient. This time around, Entropiq are the favorite, and they're the ones who decided to take it here. Now, in my mind, that makes a little bit more sense. Because if you're the favorite, you should be confident in calling out a decent T side, right? If you're the underdog and you're going into this, you're allowing the favored team, as they might just strip away all these weapons here, to have the CT start, right? The less difficult of the two. And then on the T side, if they just get that pistol, if they just have one gimmicky strat, right? Like, right there, the favored team are just going to get across the line, right? Whereas the underdog has so much work to do. They have to establish on the T side. They have to make the other team respect them. It's just such a risk to make on a map like Ancient right now, unless you are extremely proficient. We even saw it out of Quasar, right? Quasar versus Na'Vi. Those boys there, they managed to get 12 rounds, but the majority of that was done on their CT side. They got absolutely beat down on their T half. And it's not the place you want to be starting off the day. It is only a 1-1 matchup here, so it's not going to be the end of the world for either of these teams, depending on the win-loss. But it is a risk to take, and I can understand why Entropiq are happy to come here. Less of a risk for them.
Yeah, if you want to buy your tickets for the PGL Major Antwerp, you can use the QR code on screen. A tactical timeout taken here for Anonymo. I think they'll feel like there's a couple of missed opportunities here, Chad, in the first round. You know, you got Innocent getting that double into the retake. You've got to feel like that should be around. You've got that. You had that big round through the cave. Obviously, you were able to pick up. You want to try and springboard off of that. Getting consecutive success on the CT side, you have to build that. You can't allow your economy to constantly be reset and you'd be in a rough spot in the entire half.
Yeah, it might be too late in the next couple of rounds of play, right? If Entropiq get up to like 8 rounds on the T side, that is a fantastic bag of rounds to be operating with. And now the problems become for Anonymo. Oh, they're just going to push on through.
This is the move that worked in their 1-round win. And
yeah,
they tried again, but this time they went through a smoke.
Right? Yeah, so this is... and I think if they're hoping the flashes were good, Krad wasn't blind at all. The flash looked like it went up behind him. They will get one back. A little bit of bloodlust from Krad there.
He got tunnel vision, literally ran through the tunnel. Ended up losing his life, but his teammates are going elsewhere, and Entropiq set their sights upon the A site instead. It's going to be the walk forward, the charge, in fact, to the site. And tudsoN coming back through Temple. He'll hold for the extension around the corner, but they go into Donut, and Demo's ready for it. Oh, okay. Entropiq, this was their round. They had the advantage, but now they're losing every single player, and Forrester has to pull off the clutch. It's a single kill for him. before getting removed from the round. So Anonymo, that's a bit of a round thrown over to them, a bit of mercy perhaps for Entropiq.
This is one of the things towards this A bomb side that the teams are still trying to work out what the best real estate to take is. I really enjoyed the way that it was approached yesterday by Sprout, and I know they had the coach at Berry playing, but on one of their lighter buy rounds, what they did was they completely swarmed Temple and cut off that rotation point. But at this moment, there wasn't a smoke for Donut. They wanted to get some space, and Demho does a great job there of just sitting, waiting, and delivering. The guns come back out here, but Cash is already starting to get strapped, and this is where Anonymo can work on a comeback, but they might need to get all these rounds consecutively here, needing to start a bank, and, well, they push on through. They actually get the space they were looking for here, but this is very risky. You can see the bullets, the push coming from Innocent.
Innocent's caught him looking the wrong way, but Krad manages to take down oskarish just before Innocent rounds the corner, so it's a 1-for-1 at the beginning of the round.
They're not taking any space elsewhere here. Last round, they tried to thrust themselves in towards A off of all this. A shot through the box. Innocent is going to be tagged up, dropping back. And well, this is more like it from Entropiq as they start to work on a little bit of mid-control. Lackey up and over in towards the red house. Veggie needs to be careful about how he lingers here.
Innocent is aware that the red room play is likely a move here to deal with, but you have so many angles you have to clear and check here, so he needs to be careful. And he's not going to even consider the left side. Lackey gets the easiest kill. But he draws back and isn't ready for Demho to play from Donut. So that kill's come back again. And they wanted to be split with that player coming around the backside, but now they've called it to go back towards A.
Well, they need to scoop up this bomb. Can't be leaving that one in T-spawn. So Forrester, the tail of this one, picks it up and throws it back. And you keep this. I need to get something done here, says Forrester. So over towards mid, he'll keep his presence. Nickelback to bring Elliot along for the ride here, and posted towards the site will be Demho. He's on his lonesome right now. The full rotation from the other two over towards the B side to fortify that. So Demho needs at least one in this environment here, or it might just be good night.
It's got such a good position. Oh! Whoa! That is filth. That's a way to do it.
Where's the rotation though? Nothing coming.
Trying to tap away again. Demho displaying some great mechanical skill here in Entropiq. They have to save this one. You can't throw the AWP into that. You're not going to win the round.
What a shot that was, though. A bit of a showstopper in a big way there. Just bang. Nice little taparoo.
That was just brilliant. Demho had some good rounds yesterday.
He did late, right? This is the thing. Oskarish, Demho, and tudsoN all warmed up late into that G2 game. It was that B round, I think, the one that really stood out with that three frags that he was able to muster. Timeout being called here. This one is going to be forced on out by Hooch. The coach of Entropiq wants an opportunity now to have a chit-chat about what's going wrong or what could be going right. But that was weird, right? Because Lackey had so much space, and he quickly evacuates there with knife out. So he gets caught. The lovely shot again there just on the replay. You see that one in slow-mo. But what is this going to change on up here for the player of Entropiq? Hooch will have that conversation. He has obviously noted them to go for the buy. You can see that reflected here. Some Tech 9s at Deagle around the saved weapons at the AK and the AWP. But to activate Elian early, where are you going to put him? Right? If mid is constantly being blocked on off by the smokes and molotovs, you have to be very patient. If you go over towards A main, well, tudsoN's been there ready to deliver with the AWP on the odd occasion. That might be the fight that you search on out. See if your AWPer can best theirs. You don't really get to see those type of head-to-heads much on a map like this. But a full buy now when the comeback begins here for Anonymo. This is the CT side. Feels like they're going to need to get every single round they can from this point forward. With the flames laden in mid here, that's the perfect util set.
Well, fire blanket down towards elbow. They take up position at B lane. There is a single player here, often left on his own as Krad. Everybody else here for Entropiq is going towards A.
And tudsoN's here with the AWP. The head-to-head with the AWP could be on.
Shaking. Little jiggles left and right and sees one coming towards him. Hasn't been able to land a shot. And with the utility is forced further back in towards Temple. Nickelback continues to force the issue. This time will go down and the bomb is loose. Demho makes his way through that donut smoke and everybody from Entropiq down other than Krad. He's got the rifle he picked up on the kill elsewhere. And Krad nearly gets a couple out of it.
Nade could be good.
Nade is going to be deep, but just about. Keeps Veggie up. The slither with health at 18.
There's lots of time for this, though, right? Sure, he's locked out from the bomb. Sure, they're all currently sitting on it like an egg. But at this point for Krad, if he takes his time and starts to isolate a couple of jewels here, there is an opportunity to try and get back into this round. Veggie low, oskarish the same. It's just Demho on that 100 HP remaining. They don't have smokes to keep choke points blocked. So as Krad continues to make his way, if he gets a little bit quicker in this, 35 seconds, might be able to find a fight or two.
Well, he definitely should be able to find Veggie. But the problem is oskarish is there to help him out. Should be able to support initial information once this kill comes in. But he has separated them into the 1v1.
Oh,
Krad! He's got a chance! Oh, nearly. He looked towards Donut, which is the position demho played often. But demho had repositioned up towards the tree. But Krad, so damn clean, nearly pulls it all the way back.
Felt like he was in that, didn't it, right? And you could see how it was possible. Because they're low on HP, they want to play it a little bit safer. And they played it well. That swing from oskarish, the fact that Krad is able to get the crosshair over there in time. And this was poor. So open it with the Tech 9 in towards the head of Innocent. They do mop it up. They do deal with it. That could have been a double frag right there. And imagine if he gets that one much earlier, it becomes a 2-on-1 situation immediately. And the power position of the tree does profit down towards the pistols we go.
Yeah, well, the ramifications of the damage he's done in that round could be felt in the later round here for Anonymo. They don't have much residual cash left over.
Well, that's why with these upgraded pistols, you need to find a killer too. He slipped the net here in a big way. Never mind.
oskarish checks for the smoke play forward.
Of course he does.
Why would you not? Demho now placed in the back of the site, repositions to Temple. Just at the right time, because Entropiq, they've been slowed down towards B. There's no further information, so Demho has to believe, based on the information, they should be coming towards A. And so, spots that information out, confirms it, separates him into 1v1 fights. The flash has put him in an awkward position, and Elian will push forward with the Deagle to pick him up. He can't get the rifle. He has to play with the Deagle here. They come into his crosshair, and Elian will hit the deck. You desperately want to pick up the rifle there. You feel like you've got a chance at doing something, but couldn't quite get it back. So 6 rounds already for Entropiq. Anonymo starting to build a little bit of bank, and starting to build some momentum now as well.
Yeah, this is 4 straight. 4 straight. This is what you're looking for to get back into the game. But as you mentioned, damage. Elian getting 1 kill. It's better than no kills, right?
Yeah.
So at least it gives them something to whittle that cash down with. But this is the true test right now for Anonymo. The guns are back out. Entropiq being put on notice. 2 sets of util flying on through again. Landing to perfection, completely denying any mid-traction, and Krad again is getting away with this space. They really want to deal with him here. Flash over, Veggie completely blind, but Krad, swings, he sees him and converts. That looked very awkward for a moment.
This is an interesting approach for the CT side. They get a boost on the right side, so you get a deeper boost to look down, but Krad, he's got underneath the crosshair. He keeps going forward. Demo's not looking for it. They dismount, audibly dismount Krad. He's coming around the backside. He gets turned on. That is frustrating for Krad right there. You just facepalm. You just gotta accept that happened.
Extremely fortunate that Demho turns back, right?
Krad did have a chance to go back in middle. Now the move into mid from Anonymo. I love that bit of re-aggression as a team to take that control back, and it takes down the numbers of Entropiq. They now go to forward towards B. The numbers have been thinned out. The herd is no longer as strong as it once was, but Entropiq might have a bit of bite left in them. The horn to the side. Forrester and Elian trying to get it lined up, and just like that, in one maneuver, Forrester's cut the numbers back to even odds. They put the bomb down, and now Anonymo on the back foot because Demo's on half HP, and they have to retake the site.
They still got a kit for this and a smoke in play here, but they're going to have to isolate a fight or two, pushing up in towards the lanes right now. A bit more of a forward position being established here by this Entropiq post plant.
Demo slips his way through, closer and deeper into the site, but Entropiq, they have Forrester just towards long side, gets checked by Demo. It's Elian's turn to close this one out. And tudsoN just swings out from cave. They're onto the defuse. They've recovered the round. And it was so close there for Forrester. It looked like he had done enough to get Entropiq into the round win. But that's 5 in a row now for Anonymo.
They're keeping these rounds very, very threatening. Big shout out to Demho here. 14 kills to the name. And he's hit some absolute blinders, hasn't he? Some big shots being hit. This one was, well, the one that almost took him out of the round right there. So that pivot back to take out Krad. For him to be one of the final members alive here to take out Forrester as part of that retake. Very, very good stuff for Demho. In the early stages of this one, well, we are now halfway through the first half. Starting to get towards the tail end of this, and might be quick. Yeah, Lackey into a Mac 10 might just be a B rush, you know.
Yeah, quick up B. Utility goes down with the behind the smokes. They're ahead of it.
Veggie
gets a double from that. How does he get away with that? He looked dead to rights. He looked like he was going to be caught with his pants down, but still able to get a double out of it. And that takes the sting out of the play here from Entropiq. It's down to Elian and Krad. They still have rifles in play, but the bomb isn't down up until this point. Innocent moves forward up short side. Damage done onto the pillar, and it is just Krad now trying to fight out from a hole. And He doesn't have the parkour skills to get out of that hole. It's going to be a recovery here for Anonymo.
Yeah, really good stuff now from Anonymo. You have to be impressed with this because they are getting pressured and tested. And you've mentioned the finances. It's now been... I want to say that they've recovered from any potential woes, right? They've built enough of a bank on a couple of the members, like tudsoN and Innocent, so they should be all good for the final few rounds here of the game, or of the half. 2 more remaining. But what do you do right now if you're Entropiq? How do you break your way back into this?
I mean, they've been getting into winnable positions. That's a crazy thing. A lot of these rounds could have went Entropiq's way. Maybe just tighten it up a little bit. They're going to let Hooch have a say on the mic.
It's crazy right there with Lackey running up and Veggie still gets 2 kills. They passed each other before that frag could even come on through. So getting a lot out of Veggie in that whole environment right there. I've taken a little bit of a look and you can see the B-stream update. I'm sorry, the A-stream update on your screen. G2 winning against Bad News Eagles 7-4. And they've opted to play Dust 2. Now yesterday for Bad News Eagles, I think in the first half when they were up against Entropiq, it wasn't looking great and then they turned it around. But I think the sides have swapped here. I think they started on the T side and then closed on the CT. So let's see if they can take it to the established side of G2. Hunter having a good game over there.
Still having flashbacks of his potential 1v5 MP9 play.
Jeez, wouldn't that have been something?
I thought about that a few times yesterday. Innocent moves his way down into mid. Clears out elbow. It is smoked for the time being. Innocent, this is risky. I like it. Are they going to be ready for it? Right now, the rifles are holding. That smoke starts to fade away. They're going to check it. Innocent, it's a tough position to win a fight there, and he does get caught. Gives away the opening. tudsON's now holding with the AWP in position. They haven't gone around the corner yet. They haven't extended, and eventually they will, and he's missed the shot.
That was a chance just to draw things back level. His AWP presence has been noted here, and oskarish is also going to clear out top mid. So mid control seems to be name of the game right now, but it is B where they're just going to walk on in. Alien leading the charge with the AWP, and Forrester, his partner in crime, to creep on up with that C4 on the back. But addressing this now are Anonymo. Veggie's about to get a shock as he peers on around the corner, and the bullets give it away.
He's got into a decent enough position. Gets to pillar, but gets shredded up.
You see that?
Yep.
That is very unfortunate. This should be the round now, unless you want to see a demo 1-on-4. I remember a demo 1-on-4.
Problem is, demo's not in a position to even fight, so
yeah, poor guy.
Might be one for the demo.
Yeah, this one here is lucky to hold on to as well. Is he going to hard clear?
Oh, fast forward the demo. Now 7-7.
Yeah, we'll skip that round, I think.
It's a good one for Entropiq to find as well, because we always talk about, okay, you have a strong start, but it feels good when you get another round just towards the end of the half.
Yeah, you don't want to go in being blank, do you? Knowing that you've given up a lot, especially in these rounds where we're either finding openings or finding doubles in the mid-round. I feel like a lot of the openings have actually fallen in favor of the Entropiq side throughout this game. Just taking a quick look, Krad's been fantastic at it. He's been involved in 8 opening exchanges and he's won 6 of them. So yeah, definitely the lion's share going in the favor of Entropiq so far. But the final round of play here for the first half, and here's the madman again, Krad. The can opener towards B, looking to do more of the same.
Oh, Veggie. Oh, oskarish has actually claimed that kill from the B lane at range of the MP9. Beats out Krad. Gives the advantage here to Anonymo for the last round of this first half. Deep smoke to the doorway. Elian can't do much about that. The bomb was starting its position towards A, but it's dropped back a little bit. Now worried about elbow. They want to try and take some mid-control here in Entropiq again. I've seen teams on the T side now just slow things down. And late into the round, once all that utility's been used up, take mid back.
Yeah, it was pretty procedural from Endpoint when we covered it off yesterday. And I think the scoreline, look, it didn't look close on paper, but it could have been if a couple of rounds went one way or another. But coulda, shoulda, woulda. As time now about to hit that 45-second mark. And things haven't necessarily been the easiest for Entropiq when they've gone towards A. They have 2 players pushed up to deal with. Innocent in the combo with this boost position up towards the tree. Hard clear.
Oh, they will clear it nonetheless. Innocent plays from big box. Takes a bit more of an extension out to the right side of it, and they do push in towards him. Innocent sees the play into the site. Nickelback taken out. Elian hits the headshot, but Veggie just swings out, gets the double again, and it's Lackey who's taking damage. He's down to 17 HP. Flash goes in, into the fight he runs. And it's an 8th round secured. Anonymo do win the half by a 1 round, but do they really win the half, Chad?
It's a great recovery. I think all things considered, it would be a positive for them. But as far as a best of 1 matchup goes, it's going to be very difficult now. They're going to need to show us what they have on their T side of Ancient here. And on the other side to erect that CT wall, the defense of Entropiq is going to be coming in thick and hot. Now the pistol round did go in favor of Entropiq in that first half. I think for Anonymo to be competitive in a similar fashion, they're going to need to pick up one of their own on this T side. So a lot going into this. I think Veggie got revenge for the previous round with a lineup of his own, but tudsoN the tadpole, having a good time.
That's exactly my thought as you said that, Chad. So we're on the same wavelength. Perhaps there's a tadpole in here.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple of frogs. Maybe some poisonous ones around.
Poison dart frogs, funny enough, they're only poisonous if they eat a certain leaf in their natural habitat. I held one. Not what was poisonous, so that was cool.
That's we're going to start a fun segment called Dinko's Facts. Well, it's a fast A split here with the pistolas.
Well, oskarish into his donut. Forrester trying to play from the side box. Actually, Elian takes a lot of damage. Veggie's doing a lot of work today.
Looking good for Anonymo here, isn't it?
Yeah, they're into the side. They got the bomb down already. Flash into the CT play for Veggie. Oh, he's fighting everybody. Somehow Veggie stays alive for a very long time there and actually gets away with a kill. So keeps his team in the player advantage, and they can now sit back in some post plants. It's not going well at all here for Entropiq. They're getting forced out, battered and bruised, and bullied out of the pistol round. Anonymo with 9 find the first of the second half.
Ruthless stuff right there. Just the absolute pace that they're able to close down on that site with. When you're doing a play like that, a lot of the times, one of the issues is you're not able to slip past the USPs quick enough. But if you can get that goosh and you can force them into a position where they're scared to go for the swing, this is when the Glocks run them on down. You can see Veggie just wanted to keep them away so the bomb could be planted and the post-plant established here. Innocent range with the P250 can actually level that playing field as far as the weaponry goes. And they just mop this one up. Oskarish there with the final 2 to get themselves the 9th round of play and looking to do even more so. Fast in towards B. tudsoN leading the charge. This response towards the speedway position rotating back on in is going to be late and the flashes are good. Innocent keep on pushing and ooh, did get a little bit dicey for a moment there, but problem solved. And just one man standing. Forrester.
Well, probably going to be deforestation in a moment. But the 10th round for Anonymo. And a good start. You know, you need to get the first rounds of play on the T side. Both teams have done that now. Both teams have found the first couple on the T side, and they can try and build off this in Anonymo.
Yeah, I think if there was those worries about them being able to have a fight here, they've now got themselves at least 2, and this is where the conversation can be if they win this one, forcing them back to the pistols or the saves. So a real chance for Anonymo now, right? This could be another upset for them. If they win against G2 and then they win against Entropiq, these are 2 mega legit names within the tournament. Right, these are 2 actual staples who we thought would be grabbing spots towards that major. So this is fantastic for Anonymo here. The best of 1 environment, a place to do some of your best work. If you took a look online, their results were definitely not ones to be boasted about. Their most recent before coming into the tournament was a loss to 0-0 Prospects. We already spoke about that earlier in the day, but that's the academy team for 0-0 Nation. So good to see this level of Counter-Strike being played by the team. I love some of their decision-making on that CT side, but this is Entropiq's chance to shut that dialogue down and start their CT campaign. It is going to be, smoked on off, and that is a lot of damage done there. Just the laser of that silenced M4 through the smoke to chip away at Innocent here. Oskarish is low as well, and they are walking back towards B.
That would have been a frustrating start, losing your life like that. Lackey, the problem is here, the bomb is with him outside of elbow, so there's no real intent behind the play here for Anonymo just yet, and Entropiq have applied some pressure. They've actually taken back some mid-control in towards that cutout position with Lackey. If they try and come back into mid, they will have to deal with him, and he will slow down the play significantly. Maybe he can even take a couple of kills if they try and split A from Donut, which looks to be the call here. Lackey is going to set up to try and take them out, and they won't check him. It's just 1 for Lackey, though. Would have loved a double. Now Forrester pulled in to fight the Donut offensive, and he's done very well to take another head. Oh, it doubles up. Elian elsewhere getting involved, and now just Veggie left. A 1 versus 4 gets caught, brought down, and Entropiq lose a single player in a clean gun round.
Yeah, that's a nice response from them right here, and now it becomes the most important because Anonymo have enough residual cash to get another buy of their own here. So this is where we get to see how far they can continue to push the issue. Innocent is the only one lacking in that department. He only has 1.5k to the name. The rest can get out the AK-47s with some util. Innocent might just have to operate with a pistol of some variety. Maybe even I was going to say a P250 in head armor, but he's just going to go for a deagle. So going for the potency of the firepower here is Innocent, and over towards B with 4 quite early. But Entropiq are ready to deal with this. Krad, Nickelback, and Alien over towards the B side as they run through the flames. Look at all the damage done.
Oh, Nickelback, tickled by fire. And quickly in behind him.
Lackey will come
There's
through
Lackey.
this, mate. He loves a good old push.
Especially when you got an FSMG, right? You almost have to. It's in the rules. Lackey. He's not actually going for it. He's dropping back and actually giving away his position
as well. Okay, that's curious.
Interesting. Trying maybe to draw attention away, but the peek up towards B, it's one for Ellie, and Krad is out. Bit of a slow start here. Luckily, it is the 1-for-1.
That is a good find from tudsoN, though, right? Up there, they had noted his position. So he was getting swung on. It was Entropiq dictating the pace of that fight, and tudsoN still takes one. So now that this level's on out, a good opportunity here. All four players congregating over towards B now. Forrester and Float towards that red house is the first point of rotation to help out Nickelback and Alien. And as far as the util goes, they both have a smoke. You can see here playing for info, the jiggles. Smokes are in the hands of both of them. So when are they going to deploy it? Will have to be now. Ooh, looks like giving Nickelback something to work around.
He has been given a chance. And oskarish makes sure that that's it. He will headshot him immediately running up the site. Alien trying to get around, taking a wider stance. And caught in a spot where he could have got a kill. Just doesn't walk away with anything. So Lackey, who was at B lane early, finishes his life on short at B. It's a round for Anonymo. 11 now picked up. This is starting to get a little scary now for Entropiq.
It's kind of strange how that round fell apart for Entropiq. It felt like they had all the pieces in the right place. Did Nickelback smoke miss? Because wasn't he aiming to smoke off the pillar to get top ramp? Maybe it just lands a little bit late, but those unforced errors or maybe the pressure forced him into that error. Regardless, a third timeout for Entropiq now, and they should be starting to sweat. That is a very big round to lose in the environment of this matchup. Because Anonymo, at this point, I mentioned T-side rounds, few and far between. They already have 3, and they should be setting their sights on a 4th, unless this timeout from Hooch nets a buy from Entropiq. Ready to take a little bit of a look. Alien can purchase. Forrester the same. Krad can get something light in and potentially pistol here for Lackey and an SMG for Nickelback. So they could buy if they want, but then they're going to have more issues if they lose this round. It's not going to be a full buy. They're not going to have all the goodies or the utility to try and slow this one out. And I think they're going to take the middle ground approach here. Alien into a Scout. Forrester into a Deagle. A P250 with some light util for Krad. Nickelback could invest something as well if he would like here. The loss bonus into the next is going to be 2,400, but it is starting to heat up now. Entropiq are going to have to mount a bit of a CT comeback of their own. Both of these teams showing some proficiency early on the T side, and that USP chipping away. No real resistance, no util coming out to slow them on down here. I think this is helping Anonymo, the Polish powerhouse here, to piece together what's on the other side.
Entropiq, really, this defense should not hold water. But Lackey looking to try and go in towards them. Ends up just getting dispatched and slapped away. If you aggravate tudsoN, you're going to get that Mike Tyson treatment. 11 to 8 now. Good start. And we'll see if they can get 12. It absolutely should be in this round. Entropiq want to do as much damage as they can, but with this setup, it feels difficult. They're going to check Forrester. With how slow it is, they're going to be methodical. They're going to start clearing every corner. Now, do they read Forrester? No, they don't check him, but eventually will trade him out. And just stopping him from getting a multi-kill should be enough to let this one fizzle out without getting out of control. But we'll see if Krad can do something around this smoke.
Yeah, tudsoN's still a little bit low here, and kind of close to being in the jaws. A jump on through from Nickelback seems crazy, but Demo will greet him. And, well, Krad's almost pulled off a clutch once before. I think this time he might just be executed here, because Innocent come around the back lines, will put a bullet in the back of the dome, and Krad will hit the deck. So 12 to 8 now, a 4-round game in favor of Anonymo here. Sounds like it's getting crazy over there in the casting booth next to us. Jackie and Davey bringing you all that A-stream action of G2 versus the Bad News Eagles. I think it's getting a little bit closer after that first half of play. 11 to 7 in favor of G2 at the moment.
Look at us stave off some of those underdog teams today, G2. What a nightmare it was yesterday.
Look at all that util. That's a really good highlight right there of how much util gets thrown out for mid-control early by teams. Right, and we speak about this a lot. You get the, oh, hold up a second. It's the cave smoke and the donut molly. They haven't actually thrown out that much, and Krad's taken down one, continuing to be the brutalizer of the B lane. They've slipped the net here. They're in towards donut. Look at the CT setup right now. It's so retake A. They're giving up a lot of territory.
Oh, Innocent slipped his way around the back. They're not ready for this. They line up. Luckily, Lackey reacts in time, and Innocent will be stopped from getting the multi-kill that would have turned this round around completely. Lackey, he's thinking about Veggie. He's thinking about him. He doesn't forget his vegetables, and he's able to find him in top red room. Demho now alongside tudsoN, trying to finish off the 2 versus 4. There's still over a minute left here for Anonymo. They need to get the pick towards Lackey, and I think Demho sets his sights on that, realizing that Lackey has been softened up. That information will have been passed on. So he favors himself in a fight like this, but the problem with red room is, look how many corners there are up here. Is he going to walk and check the right one? He won't, and so Lackey is able to take that pick, swings out and sees tudsoN as well. So information passed on as to the whereabouts of the last remaining player here for Anonymo. And Entropiq, they don't really have the resources to really throw too much at this. They want to try and keep this one as clean as possible. If tudsoN can bring down a few players, that would hurt Entropiq. Yeah,
exactly, and I think tudsoN's well aware of that here. So just lingering around in middle, this likely be his coffin now that Forest has come around the back lines.
Oh, there we go.
Spotted out and dead and round converted. So there you go. Entropiq back into the winning ways. Their second round posted now on this CT side. And in similar fashion, they will need to work on a bank of CT rounds here to level this one out. Cash again for a buy possible over there for the Poles. They're only missing money on one individual, and that's oskarish, who can go for a Galil, right? It just means he won't have that AK-47 or he won't have U2, one of the two. But well handled there from Lackey. Not pushing that too far, not giving over his life in the second timeout called to discuss the buy. Taking a quick little look at where the fragging is coming from all of these teams. Top of the scoreboard is Lackey with 18. Following him is Krad. Great job in the openings for Krad, and Forrester on 14. It's Nickelback and Alien on 8, respectively. On the other side, Demho, we've seen some crispy shots out of him. 18 frags, 15 for oskarish and Veggie, 14 for tudsoN, and Innocent on 13. And as we mentioned with that game on Mirage versus G2 yesterday, Veggie and Innocent both were absolute powerhouses here. So maybe still a little bit of room for Innocent to show up and give us some of that Mirage action and traction. Oh, Demo's been knifed by a teammate out of spawn there.
Forgot they're not playing Faces servers, I reckon that.
Yeah, look, it's not the end of the world. It's just not the best way to start a round, is it?
Nope. I'm sure his health is giving Twitch chat a few chuckles now, but they're in the site. They're going to push up towards Temple. Forrester's going to play further and further back, and Lackey actually swings out from Donut. Oh, I felt like he was destined to at least get one, but Forrester is doing the heavy lifting. Multi-kill from the Temple. Alien able to help out. Another swing up from Krad when his teammate's gone down. Krad able to clean it up. 10 rounds for Entropiq. A much better gun round here from the defensive side. And Entropiq, well, have now broken the money of Anonymo, so they won't be able to purchase up here.
At least they identified where a gap was early, right? Because in the previous round, what was caught off was that like high-tailing rotation coming back through mid where they almost had that lineup. So at least they are understanding the CT setup that is on the other side, but well responded to here from Entropiq. And unfortunately for Anonymo, it'll be just down to the pistols, whereas Entropiq now should be able to get themselves deeper within these double digits. And 11th round should be theirs. Pesky pistols, the best we're looking at right now is a Deagle, a P250, and a Flash. So that Flash of oskarish, if it finds a good timing, that might be one way back into this. But another smoke dropping down towards the B doors will stall out the play for now. Forrester patrolling A, Lackey over towards Donut, Nickelback flashing forward for a little bit of information here, and that's going to free Alien up to rotate around with this AWP as he so desires. Re-smoke on the doors, and just having a bit of a meeting right now, waiting out the U2, having a bit of a conversation. There's a gap on that one. Some would say it missed completely, and some would be right.
I think those people would be very right. There's no use for the smoke.
You see that? The flash as well just beamed off the wall and didn't even go over. So running in dry.
Yes, running in dry. Not exactly the best advice to go in dry, but 11 rounds for Entropiq now picked up, and we're one away from tying things up. And for Anonymo, they will get the rifles. They didn't get bomb plan. If they got a bomb plan, they would have had a little bit more cash sprinkled on top. They would have been able to get more utility, etc. But it's not a bad buy at all going out here for Anonymo. But Entropiq would love to tie things up again.
Yeah, well, no, I think we're now into the business end of this game. Someone's going to break ahead of the other, or we go round for round and find ourselves in OT. It's the major rule set, MR3 10K. So you don't have too much residual cash to splash. This time the smoke doesn't miss. Lobbed on out from spawn, and heavy again with this mid and B lean. If you just look at the radar in the early stages, guys, of this map, oh sorry, of the rounds, you can see here that Entropiq respond to A main late. Right, they lock down mid, they lock down B, they make sure that the position's more susceptible to rushes, a little bit harder to retake and restore what they make preference of, and then they'll send the players back on over to deal with these A plays late. So if Anonymo want to wait out the util, which they are this time round, take a look how much Entropiq has expended just to get themselves a couple of forward positions. No Molotovs remaining, very few smokes, very few flashes, no HE. So this is fantastic now for Anonymo to take the pace out of things. Looking like a good decision. The flash from Elian was thinking about an alley-oop here, but has to relinquish control as the donut smoke is dropped. Lucky on the other side of this. Forrester to chip on in and try and contribute. But they're going to go up and over to get back this B lane. And it's up close and personal towards the ramp. He's about to have company.
Entropiq feel claustrophobic right now. They want to pull some control back, and so they set up Nickelback for the swing on out with a flash. It's still no kill. He goes down and gives Anonymo the opening. And Elliot now holding close. Will the boost come up over his crosshair? Doesn't look like that is being assembled. In fact, they're not even showing any intention to go towards ramp. Instead, they're going back out middle again, and Demo fighting against the MP9 at range. The 8K should be favored there. But with 20 seconds left, it's an acceleration towards the A site, and it's Entropiq trying to get back here in time to stop it from happening. Lackey swings wildly out of tempo and isn't able to pick up a kill. Now Forrester, 12 seconds left. He's got Krad to help him out at the tempo. Bomb plant is starting to come in. Krad looks to swing out. He will get a second kill off the round, and Innocent, he's the last player alongside. Well, Veggie and Innocent are now set up, and so tudsoN's out of play. It's just Forrester left. And Veggie has to try and close this one out. 19 HP. He's going to try and come out the tempo of the AWP here. He hasn't found an avenue of approach to put himself in a comfortable position, and Veggie will watch him on the way out. So a round doesn't go Entropiq's way. Anonymo in the late round call it wildly.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it, for a while there? But there's that Veggie impact we were talking about, and the fact that they're able to get back onto A, that late response that we were just praising previously, or at least I was, of rotating in. The bomb's going down with like 10 seconds left on the clock. Krad's getting trades on out. They're out of position. Innocent steps up. Veggie gets a couple, and they are able to stall this one out. So great stuff for Anonymo in a scrappy late round situation. Now, they're going to take the time out here because it's hard to replicate a play like that, but I felt like it was going to be pretty good for Entropiq, even with that aggressive maneuver not working out for Nickelback. Not celebrating too much just yet, are Anonymo. They still know there's business to take care of here. And well, the buys are going to come back in for both teams, but both teams are getting to a point where the finances have been depleted. So as you look down the tail end of this game, I always feel it's worse to be broken on the CT side late, right? If you don't have the loss bonus playing in your favor and you're having to try and get into a comeback scenario here, because you need that util, you need a little bit more of the potent weaponry here. And well, back over towards B to begin. This isn't going to be the heavy B mid lane. They're actually going a little bit more towards mid with 3 just to start stall out. They're going through this.
Yeah, oskarish is just running out, Innocent beside him.
What a shot.
And that is lightning fast here from Anonymo, and somehow Nickelback has not taken one down through the spam. And they have managed to get themselves into the site. Ooh, the lineup close, and no kill yet. Nickelback, he wouldn't believe how close he is to a couple of these, but Anonymo holding the advantage. We're into the post plan.
I think you have to save, though.
This is so rough. If you don't get a pick from that, how do you get back into this?
Yeah.
Your money will be gone, and it's just such a rough position here for Entropiq.
They're calling it off, and for good reason, right? They have to save. Sure, there's a defuse kit right now available for Lackey, but what are you meant to do? How are you meant to break back into this? You don't know that the confirmed damage of Innocent and oskarish is so low. When you watch this one back in the demo review, it's going to sting, but it's just a B rush. They've just accelerated straight up the ramp. They extinguished the Molotov that's trying to slow them on down, and they hit the banger of a shot on for oskarish there. Now it's only going to be, look, 1900 is the loss bonus. They lose a player here on that T side. It's all good. They have got plenty of money with the win bonus, but they had to save those guns because you can see the finances over here. They're lacking. They are lacking. They are going to have to drop a gun, and that's why they had to hold on to the goodies. But the scoreline now 14-11. Running out of chances now. You can't do that again. We're
starting to look at a world in which Anonymo are about to take an upset victory over Entropiq. That's a real possibility now. And that will mean they've taken the scalp of G2. They've taken the scalp of Entropiq. This is not a bad run so far from the Polish side of Anonymo. It's all about getting the job done now, closing out these last 2 rounds. And Hooch on the mic now, having some words with his side. You can see very animated and poignant with his points here. He wants to get across what Entropiq should be doing, what they should fix here to deal with this.
Yeah, Hooch is one of the most vocal coaches I think we have, right? Always there with a game plan of some variety. But I want to reiterate that interview with Innocent on HLTV. It will mean nothing if we don't qualify. That's referring to the G2 victory they had to kick this off. Look, I think a win against G2 and a win against Entropiq, it's going to set themselves up in that 2-1 column where they will just have to convert 1 out of 2 potential best of 3s to find themselves at the major. It's been a long time between drinks here for Polish sides and success at majors, but we are seeing, you know, better signs out of the youngsters. We had Ago with Fiku playing some good CS. We'll try and be again. We're pushing the issue. Krad's found Veggie. That's an opener to deal with. Innocent trying to play within the flames. Nickelback pushing on down. Innocent is stranded. Is he going to clear the corners? Nickelback, just the timing from Innocent there. He just peered away.
Oh, that's a little detail that can put you in such a tough position. That would have given you the advantage of the round. And it's gone the other way here, Anonymo. They're down to 3 players just at the start. So a call perhaps in that timeout for Entropiq to be more assertive, to take some control, to take a bit of a risk here. And it's worked out.
This is still a 3-on-5 situation. And Nickelback and Elian aren't having the best of games right here. Elian not finding a whole lot of impact whatsoever on the AWP. But I suppose fortunately in that regard, he's a little bit removed from the play right now, so won't be called on to stall out this A maneuver. It's more going to be on the plate of Forrester, and he has been having a game or two. Him and Krad Lackey, they've been finding some impact. Elian's AWP on a bit of a gap as well from spawn. So 3 players to deal with this. It should be a shutdown.
Elian holding for the cross on over. Utility and effective to deal with him. tudsoN instead trying to grab the angle as they now cross over. tudson's taking out Forrester. Elian not connecting the shot. Now goes back into the temple, this time on the second time of asking. Will come away with a kill on tudsoN as Lackey extends from Donut. It is just oskarish left, and a single kill was found in the round for Anonymo. Could have gone far better if that initial Nickelback engagement versus Innocent had gone the other way. But nonetheless, 12 rounds now for Entropiq.
Didn't give him that space over towards B, right? The Krad gets the opener again. As I continue to mention, he's been fantastic in these openings. It's been one of the keys right now for Entropiq throughout this map. Leading in that category over everybody else in the server. Now, look, he's converted 9. He's been involved in a total of 15. That means he's lost 6. So, still in the positive in that regard. But timeout call for Anonymo here. The last for them is they're staring down the barrel now of maybe their last buy for a while. Oskarish light on in the cash department. 1,600 smackaroos. And you can see over there, G2 do pick up the victory over Bad News Eagles, 16-10. Some heroics from the Deagle from Nico and a couple of clutches coming their way to get G2 across the line. Keeping my eyes on the scoreboard over there just to see how it was all starting to unfold. Now, the loss bonus for both of these teams this late in the game, it's bottom of the barrel over there for Entropiq. If they lose a round, they will lose the 15th, and they'll only get 1,400 to come on through. For Anonymo now, if they do opt to buy, which they have, you can see the purchases coming on in, it's only going to be 1,900 for them into the next round of play, so they will have to go for a save. They need to get themselves a plant here to try and help out that cash situation later into the piece, and this time, they're not going to get it done through a fast and furious maneuver. Stalling this one out, waiting out the early protocol utility. The crowd control of those Molotovs has been subsided just by time alone. Oh, that's a huge miss right there, isn't it? That's a swing and a half.
Well, it's a big shot from Demho, and now Krad under so much pressure gets ripped up by tudsoN, and immediately Entropiq have to call the save.
It's only 1,400 bucks. I've just highlighted the finances. You have to hold on to these. They don't have much money to work with whatsoever.
And it might not be given to them.
Veggie's found them.
Oh, Veggie's on the hunt. He's looking to rip away every single weapon. The white knuckle grip to try and hold on to this one, Entropiq.
I don't know if Forrester saw him, if a teammate called it out. As Forrester was trying to jump on up to get towards the tree position, he saw something, right? Or he was told something, because he's immediately backpedaled to deal with this. Now, Veggie had a great opportunity there to take away 1 or 2 of these rifles. I think the rest of the Anonymo players will just hold on to what they have. You can take some inventory right now. You take a little bit of a look. Nickelback has enough to buy. Elian and Forrester, remember, 1,400 coming into the bank balance here. So what's the best they're going to be able to drop out of this? M4 for Lackey. Forrester maybe can give away a FAMAS if you'd like, an MP9. Nickelback could get an AWP into Elian's hands, but he just got absolutely destroyed. Demo's hit some really nice shots this game, and that was another one for... It didn't look like he was flashed.
No, it felt like he just was able to just swing out, take immediately the shot with no problems. And Demo has got some great aim. We've seen that throughout this map so far. And Anonymo now 1 round away from taking a win versus Entropiq. They've already taken the scalp of G2 so far, and in the words of Innocent, it would mean nothing if they did not qualify. Well, this would put them 1 best of 3 away from qualifying for the major.
A couple of missed pieces of utility there, and the same out of Anonymo. They're just going to take their time on this acceleration to B. tudsoN posting up with the AWP to try and control, and they have opted to get the AWP back in the hands of Elian. So the AWP seems to be a priority here, peppering on through. That's a kill from Nickelback, a way to kick this one off right now from Entropiq and Alien. He's found blood.
Oh, Krad swings with the flash. It is Krad's kill. tudsoN, the victim of his FAMAS. Oh, Alien coming back in. So maybe quiet in most of the game, but as long as they're stepping up in a round like this to prevent them from going down, you can't really complain too much. A 13th round now for Entropiq. 2 rounds away from overtime. And Anonymo not with too much available in this round. So 14 should be coming in here for Entropiq.
Yeah, this was a great way for Nickelback to get off right. Those boards, we keep talking about how good it is to spam on through them, how paper thin. You don't always find that lineup, but he does right there. And this time around, Alien will be hitting the necessary shots. Krad continuing to dominate, 28 kills. He scoops back up that AWP and gives them a tidy looking buy, but it's a bit partial here from Anonymo. Only got some upgraded pistols, and they are just steamrolling towards A. Check the smokes out from spawn, landing towards Temple and towards Donut. They're quick, they're in, they need to take some space. Now the position is Forrester now.
A bomb plant would be massive. It would make their buy so much better going into the next round, but maybe they can close it on this one, Chad. A kill for Veggie, taking out Forrester. This holds Entropiq back at the disadvantage. A lovely kill that back from Krad. That's such an important kill to find. It draws the numbers back to even odds again. Veggie's rifle picked up though. This could be a problem for Entropiq. If his rifle is able to do enough damage, Anonymo might be able to carry this over the line. In the meantime, his teammates are dropping Veggie. They've lost Demo now as well. The smoke will start to fade away.
A problem.
Krad is such a problem right now. He's already gone through, but look at Veggie. He slipped the net.
Just needs to deny the defuse.
He can deny the defuse. He's holding for the final seconds. The kill is in for Veggie. They're back onto the defuse. They'll close it, but is there time? And just there is. Entropiq will get 14 rounds. Veggie does everything he can to try and close that one out. But Anonymo, that was the pistol buy.
The face of Hooch there said it all, the wide eyes. I cannot believe it. Veggie played that so well. Just sitting, waiting, biding his time, been an absolute smoke criminal, attempting to deny at the final second. And it's just not enough. It's just not enough to get this one done. Going into round 30 right now, Anonymo versus Entropiq. It's going the distance. That was just with the pistols. The guns are back out here, and they're turning their attentions towards middle this time round.
It's quick again here for Anonymo, but it's stopped by Forrester. Spam through the smoke from Red Room, gets the first kill. That's a problem. Anonymo lose a player without even seeing anybody. It's going to be a frustrating start. Innocent was fantastic yesterday. Pivotal in their victory over G2. Can he get the kill here to try and step them closer to the 16th? That was the chance, but he hasn't been able to find it.
Both players very aware of the situation there. You could see Krad peppering through the smoke, also dropping the flash, but look at this from Krad. He's creeping.
Wild.
He's crept on in.
So
he's seen him.
he's
Krad's seen him.
Innocent.
Innocent didn't. Oh!
Innocent still finds the kill back. Krad somehow doesn't get the pick. And now Innocent walks away. Anonymo back into the 4v4. A full minute left for the T side to try and close this one.
Krad's going to be...
He's questioning
that,
himself,
the
right,
feeling for the next 50 seconds. Holy moly. That kill should have been his. It looked good, and Innocent hits an absolute scorcher.
You can get 30 kills in a map, but you don't pick that one, and that might just cost you this game. That is the game of inches that Counter-Strike is. 39 seconds left. Anonymo, to us, we can see, is going to finish B. And Entropiq have made the right call to draw another player back over here. Nickelback getting into the smoke. He's going to play the fadeaway. It phases out. Nickelback, he will phase out of the round. tudsON's taking his life. Will they check Forrester in the cubby? They won't. So he's been able to pick up one. Has the distraction and the help of Elian out to his long side. And it's dropped the bomb loose in the site. The time is ticking. They need to fight. They need to get into the site. Forrester is still in the cubby, still in the cutout, and they're fighting
Time
it.
to plant. They can plant.
They have to plant now. They have to get it down here, Anonymo, and they will get it down. A millisecond left, and Lackey now into the clutch. They're so low on the Anonymo side. Oh! And the spam into the cubby. Now just one. Oskarish moments away, and he'll close it. Anonymo take the victory over Entropiq, and it's by the closest of margins that they find their win.
Those last 2 rounds were absolutely insane. Veggie going for the denial and the defuse in the last seconds, not enough to get it done, but then the follow-up, Lucky in the clutch. That was 6 seconds left as they killed both of the players. The crossfire.